Hi guys, hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, you are welcome. Please subscribe and remember the notification bell. In that way you'll be notified each time I upload a video. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much. I'm going to use this paper to cut the front first. I fold into two. I will mark 6 inches. I measure 6 inches, 6 inches, 6 inches. I will measure from here now, bust, waist, and shoulder. Remember, I measure 6 inches. Shoulder is 16 inches. 16 divided by 2 is 8 inches plus half inch to sew. I have 8.5 inches here. Placing my tape on the shoulder, I will measure 9.5 inches. This is the bust. Bust is 44 inches. Divided by 4 is 11 inches. This 11 inches. I will add 1.5 inch. If your material is not enough, you can add 1 inch to sew. So I will add 1.5 inch to sew. So I will mark this, the armhole. I mark from bust to shoulder this way. Placing my tape on the shoulder, I will measure half length, 16 inches for half length. I add 1 inch, which is 17 inches. I will use half inch to sew on the waist and half inch to sew on the shoulder. Waist is 36 inches, divided by 4 is 9 inches. This is my 9 inches. I add 2 inches to sew. I will sew 1 inch with that and 1 inch on the side. Neckline is 3 inches. This is 3 inches. Then I will measure 7 inches from the shoulder. This is where my 17 inches is. I'm going to mark this way. I'm going to cut here. I'll cut here. From this center to here, I measure 4.5 inches. I notch. This is where I will sew that on. This place. I will sew that here. This is the one I notch. This is the center. I will sew that here. I will sew that here. This one I will place on this material and cut the same because I use my real measurements. So after cutting the front, I will cut the back. So on the shoulder, I will mark ½ inch, then cut here. I will cut this place out. So I'll cut the back, still folding into 2. I will leave 2 inches on the back for zip, and I mark 2 inches on the back for zip. 16 inches divided by 2 is 8 inches plus ½ inch to sew. Placing my tape on the shoulder, I will measure armhole 9½ inches. Bust is 44 inches divided by 4 is 11 inches plus 1½ to sew. Placing my tape on the shoulder, I will measure down 16 inches for half length plus 1 inch to sew. Waist is 36 inches divided by 4 is 9 inches plus 2 inches. I will sew that with 1 inch and sew the side with 1 inch. I will measure neckline 3 inches. Then I will measure here ½ inch, and I will trim this part out. I will first cut back with ½ inch. Just like this, and notch. For the back neck, I will use this one because with the material you might not see it clearly. I mark 2 inches for zip on the back. I will fold this way. This for zip allowance, 2 inches. I measure 3 inches for neckline, and placing my tape on the shoulder, I measure from here down here 13 inches. It's a deep neck, so I mark this way. This is the back neck. From the shoulder down here, I measure 13 inches. And I cut the one to turn the neck. I cut the turning of the front neck. This paper is by 47. I fold into 2, this into 2 and into 2. I will leave 2 inches on the back of this one for zip. I will place this one on top where I mark like this. This is the front. The one I mark is the back. I will measure 12 inches. This is the front and the back. This is the two sides. On the side, I will measure 8 inches on the side This is the side. This is where I will sew on the side, and this is where I will sew on the front and the back. I measured 8 inches. I'm going to use 7 inches. The 1 inch remaining is the one I will use in sewing on the waist and on the down. I have 8 inches. I'm going to mark like this. So I have 12 inches here and 8 inches on the side, and like that 9 inches on the center. I have 11.5 inches here. Then on the center I will measure 10.5 inches, 8 inches. So this is how I'm going to cut the flared. You can see the way it is. This place is 11.5 inches, 10.5 inches, and 8 inches. This is where I will sew on the waist. I have 12 inches here and I have 8 inches here. I have 9 inches here. I will sew gather on the waist. This place is long, which is the front, and the side is short. Also with the back is long here, where I will sew zip on, and the side is short. This is how I'm going to cut the main material. I'm going to fold just like I did on this one, and place on top and cut exactly this way. After cutting, I will start to sew. This is for the front. I notch the center here, and this for the back. So I just sew back little. I leave here for zip, and I sew here. This is about 6 inches. I leave for zip, and I sew here. So what I'm going to do now is to join the two sides together. I will sew with 1/2 inch here, and I will sew with 1/2 inch here. This is the one to turn the back neck. I'll place like this and sew this way, and I will do the same on this side. And for the front, I'll place like this, and I will sew here down. I will do the same here, and I will sew that on the front and on the back. I'm done sewing the one to turn the neck, and I sew that. This is the front. In this way, this is how it will last, like this. This is the bust, this is the waist and shoulder, this is the back neck. What I'm going to do is to join the shoulder. After joining the shoulder, then I will sew the two sides and sew this one on the waist. I'm going to sew the shoulder together. This is the back, and this is the back and the front. This is the one I use in turning front neck, and this is the back, the shoulder. It's like this. I bring the one I use in turning front neck, to the back shoulder, then I will sew here. I will do the same here. After sewing the shoulder, I will sew the two sides. I will measure bust and waist, then I will cut the sleeve. I'm done joining the shoulder. I'm done joining the two sides. This place, I'm going to sew the flared on it now. This is where I will sew zip on, and here on the back I place together like this, and I'm going to make from here to here. This is where I will sew zip on. This is where I will sew zip on. This place. I'm going to sew flared on the waist here. I'm done joining the waist. I'm done sewing the waist. I have my zip here. I'm going to sew here. Yeah, after sewing, I will cut the sleeve. This is how it is without the sleeve. The back. I'm going to cut the sleeve. I fold into two. I will fold again. This into four. I'm going to cut just short sleeve. I will mark 2 inches to hem. So I will measure 9 inches like this, and this way. Round sleeve. So I'm going to hem these 2 inches and sew here, and do the same here. After sewing, I will bring together this way. The measurement I'm going to use for round sleeve is 14 inches. I'm done sewing the sleeve. I'm going to join on the armhole this way. I will sew round, then make some pleats on the shoulder. I will do the same on this side. I'm done. This is the final look, guys. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you are new here, you are welcome. Please subscribe and remember the notification bell. In that way, you'll be notified each time I upload a video. Thank you for watching. I will see you next time.